G'day fellas and welcome to a casted game. Spawning in over on the west side of the map, we've got Leenock, the Korean sensation? I don't know, I'm trying to think of a word that rhymes with Korean. If you've got a word that rhymes with Korean, Twitch chat right now or YouTube in the comments, let me know. How do I introduce Leenock next time? Because he's got to be a Korean something like that. You got to have it. Anyway, he's playing the Holy Roman Empire. He's playing in the color blue. He's playing on the north side of the map, or rather the west side of the map. And this is Mountain Pass. On the opposite side of the map, we've got Fix. And Fix is in the color red, playing the Delhi Sultanate, opening us up with a mosque. Going to be looking to try and get that tech up as quickly as possible. Probably going to be looking to get in efficient production as well as that wheelbarrow. Indeed he is. So we'll have to wait. We'll have to see exactly how he looks to play it out, but has opened up with a second scout immediately. So we are seeing this as the standard now. This is really, previously this used to be the, you would only do this in very rare situations, if you're against the Mongols or things like that where you needed to secure an early food source. But now it just seems to be standard for most civs to just open up with that second scout. We'll take a look at how the map has spawned. Now, this is Mountain Pass. We did mention that earlier. So it looks like we've got one nice, big, thick mountain range down towards the south. Another big one up towards the north. And just a single path in the middle, which is almost blocked by this wood line. So highly likely that we're going to start to see some walls in between these two bad boys right here. Keep in mind that if you do look to wall between the rock ridge and the tree line, that you can just eat through the tree line with your villager, because villagers eat trees. Right? Fix almost taking out the scout there. Leenock, got to be careful, my friend. Now, you will notice that these guys, there's a little bit of rank difference between them. We've got Fix, who's sitting at rank 181 at the moment. We've got Leenock, who sits at rank number 12. So going into this game, I definitely put the eggs in the basket of Leenock, or at least my eggs in the basket of Leenock. He's looking pretty decent at this point, but we'll have a look at the sheep that Fix has already fixed up himself. He's doing very well. On the other hand, Leenock, not a lot of sheep. He's got 4 sheep that are sitting here, so we may have to see a professional scouts build out of him. But going to be dropping down the lumber camp now. Got the new prelate out now, and have a look how fast he jogs. Look at he's a jogger, professional jogger right now. This prelate never used to jog. He was a walking kind of guy before, but now he actually jogs. Brand new patches come in, and fortunately, an increase of 0.12 movement speed for his prelate. So he's going to be able to jog on. Look at that little jog he's got right there. A little jog and a jig. You just know he's in a good mood right there. But we'll watch the prelate later. We'll do a little bit of a discussion and see how these guys are doing when it comes to relics. So we've got one relic down here for Fix, second relic a little bit closer to the entrance, third relic right in the middle, fourth relic up towards the north here for Leenock, fifth relic a little bit further up. So look, when it comes to the relics, I would say that they are relatively balanced. The only real deviation that you've got is this bad boy down here. It's a little bit safer for Fix because it's nowhere near the crossing. But to be honest, I mean, this is kind of hard to get to anyway. Obviously, you can still get to it, but both players are going to be looking to grab those relics because we've got Fix on the Delhi. He's going to be thinking about, getting his scholars out there. He's got that nice little movement speed buff, gets him out running super duper fast. And then on the other side of the map, we've got the Holy Roman Empire. Leenock playing that one, and indeed looks like we are going to see some walls up at the crossing. So it looks like he's going for a hard wall right here. That's what I'm going to refer to this as a hard wall. It's a certified wall, a guaranteed wall. That means that he's going to be able to rely on this wall, and he's not going to have to be worried about potential villagers sneaking by. But speaking of sneaking through, it looks like a little wolf going to be sneaking through here, coming forward and trying to put out some damage onto the villager. Second scout going to be moving forward as well for Fix, looking to deny this wall. Leenock, unfortunately, going to have to be heading back to the base. If he does want to get this wall up, he's going to have to send out new villagers. So unfortunately for Leenock, it looks like his high rank isn't going to be able to help him out today. At least not with this early villager, as that does actually go down. Keep in mind, no animation cancelling today. A little bit of a weird... You guys see that shadow bug? Look at that. Hey. Fix now reaching the feudal age. Second scout coming in for Leenock, heading back in. He's got a couple of sheep bringing it back, and now bringing out another scout. This is, I think this is a little bit safer because he's got his own scouts back. So this is, it's important that he's got his scouts around here. He's able to chase out his opponent and secure that front line. But I wouldn't be surprised if we've actually got counter walls coming up. We don't actually have them at the moment. So Fix, I need to hit that button. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that fixes that button. So yeah, a little bit of an issue there, but don't worry, we sorted it out. Dome of the Faith dropping down a couple of scholars, and looks like we've gone for Sanctity, so he's already picked up efficient production at this point in time. So going for pretty standard build order, I would say. Has picked up Forestry, going for the double broad axe shortly, and heading into Professional Scouts. And I absolutely love this build. I think it's so smart as Delhi to go straight into Professional Scouts. There's not really a lot that you can do against it. It's very smart, very versatile, secures that food source. It's a great move. It is just an all-round great move. Compare that over to Leenock. He's having a little bit more trouble. Now, he has not got that mill down, but he has gone for an early Rax. So already got a couple of men-at-arms looking to come out here, looking to fortify the front position. I don't really know if there's a lot that you're going to be able to achieve with that. Obviously, you get a men-at-arm out, like you can come in here and harass the wood line, but is it really that much of a deal? Not really. It's not a big deal. Speaking of big deal, though, Barrack's going to be dropped down. Horseman already coming out here for Fix. He's looking to apply some pressure to the front line. He knows the walls have been put up towards this position. We can actually see, so Leenock's done this little trick, and we've seen players do this more and more. Instead of putting up the wall all the way, what you do is you just walk the villager up to it, and she will just tap the base of it, and then you can just move her up to the next one, and it will actually secure the wall position so that your enemy can't sort of come in and stand on top of it and be annoying. And so this is all secured at this point in time, and he doesn't have to worry about any units getting through here, making an annoyance for him. So Leenock going to be very happy with this. Now, keep in mind, Leenock has walled in the third relic. So Leenock going to be heading towards that third age with 3 relics available. That definitely gives him an advantage in this matchup. When we talk about this matchup, how this matchup plays out, it's important to remember there's a window here for the Delhi player, and typically that's going to be in the early game, as soon as you've aged up to the castle age, in my opinion. Typically, you want to see some aggression in age 1. Obviously, we didn't see that for Fix, so instead going to be opting for age 2 aggression. And he is bringing out more and more units here. We can see double spear, double horseman coming out. He's also got the scout behind the lines, and now it's going to be chased away, but he is continuing to siege down that front line. We'll take a look over towards Fix's base and see what he's up to. Looks like he's dropped down the first blacksmith. Second blacksmith also going to get dropped down here. It definitely looks like Fix knows what he is doing when it comes to his Sanctity. 12 seconds left on that bad boy. We'll take a look at the sacred sites and see how they're doing. So we've got a very safe sacred site down here for Fix. On the other side of the map, however, though, this sacred site not particularly safe for Leenock. Definitely, if his enemy wanted to, he could apply pressure and could push through to this position. Could probably even, you know, get some nice walls up here himself and really try and hold this one out. He is playing the Delhi, a civilization that does love to wall up, does have that infantry ready to wall up. And now you can actually see a single villager capable of out-healing all of these military units. If you thought, like, what's going to go faster? Okay, 9 military units sieging down a wall or a villager. You'd probably say the military units, and you'd be right. But it's not by a big margin. They're getting through there slowly. I wouldn't be surprised if Leenock brings out a second villager. We don't see that just yet. But a second villager would definitely help in this position. He's going to be draining wood, but it's not going to be a lot. More units continuing to come out. Sacred Site going to get captured up towards the south here. So an interesting decision to go for Delhi on this map, just because of the lack of Sacred Sites. Villagers do look like they're going to be evacuating with the men-at-arms, the early men-at-arms. And age up going to be happening now for Leenock. So this is the window that we were talking about. So Regnitz Cathedral going to be going down here. Now, keep in mind, Fix is looking to secure up a little bit more of a foothold here on this map. Probably going to be looking to isolate out these relics, and that's exactly the right move. So hopefully we see him do that. Ideally, I'd love to see him just wall off this entire choke point here and prevent his opponent from really doing too much. Make sure that he gets his melee upgrade first, and indeed he is getting the melee upgrades first, because it's highly likely that Leenock is going to be moving into knights. Otherwise, it's probably just going to be men-at-arms, and he can counter with his own men-at-arms because he is going to be able to have those owned blades, which are going to be able to help him out once it gets to that point in the game. But definitely at this point, I would say Fix is in an advantageous position. He looks to come in now, denying this landmark from going up. Regnitz Cathedral sitting at about 3/5 of the way up, so about 60% of the way up. Leenock having to go idle, 16 villagers inside at the moment. All of those guys are going to be heading back out towards that Regnitz, and really, I think Fix at this point should be applying more pressure here. It kind of sucks that he's not, because this is a really, this right here would have been a game-defining moment. So if ever you catch your opponent with his pants down, you know what? I'm not going to finish that sentence. If you catch your opponent building a landmark and you have the ability to stop them from doing that, typically you should... Oh, God. Oh, jeez. It's, gosh. It's a Thursday, all right? I'm allowed to, Oof, that was close. All right. We got scouts beginning to bring in, slowly but steadily, that food source from the hunts of these opponent. We can see there's 7 down here, but up towards the north, there's only 5 right now. So he's bringing those ones in and actually going to be capturing this sacred site up towards the north. Now, keep in mind, he's not going for the victory here. It's not about winning. It's about securing the gold income that this gives you. You've got Sanctity that's going to give you that extra 100% gold a minute, which means that this bad boy is going to be pulling in 200 gold a minute. So very nice. House of Learning going to be going up 11 villages on that bad boy. So not too many, not looking to get it up very quick, but I love this composition out from Fix early. I think at this point in time, he's playing it very well. I just would love to see more walls up. I want to see wall mania coming up from him. Really, that would be, you know, what's so important, because these men at arms, they are going to be annoying, but at the same time, your spears aren't going to be doing particularly well against them. However, when you do outnumber them like this, I think it's going to be very difficult for you to lose the battle. But we'll see how they do. They are managing to hold on. We can see a couple of heals coming in there. The Prelate looking to get in on the action. Going to get focused down now. It does run away with that extra movement speed, 1.12 tiles. It isn't, unfortunately, going to make it too far before it does get taken out. But you can see the men-at-arms have managed to survive the majority of the attack. It looks like there are bodies of 3 on the ground, but now he does potentially open up a little front in here and could move some prelates back towards that position. And that's really what it's all about preventing that. Plenty of resources in the bank at the moment for Fix. We'll take a look at his production. We'll see what he's doing. 3 barracks, an archery range, and a stable. So plenty of production out for him. And now you see that prelate sneaking through. I would have loved some walls in here. Just a nice little wall coming in here for Fix. Would have been absolutely perfect. Looks like he's going to be losing the majority of his military here out the front. So not having the best trades. And typically you don't want to be fighting against this with this unit composition. So Spear and Horseman will lose to men-at-arms, especially to Age 4 men-at-arms, which is exactly what he's up against. So Leenock doing great here. Still yet to pick up a relic, but now on his way back with the first relic here. And this is really where Leenock is going to be able to take the game by storm. So what should have Fix done? Fix should have walled here. He should have walled here. He should have walled here. So the first thing is he's just got to wall like crazy because he's got in behind his enemy's lines. Okay, we know that there's walls at the front. So that's the first thing he should have done. Walled off all of these choke points like absolute madman. And then from that, begin to reinforce that position. So we already know, you know, that he had plenty of infantry up the front that is capable of building those walls. You guys know that the Delhi infantry is very capable of building that infrastructure. So get that out there. That's going to be it. And then look to secure up the relics of your opponent. You've already got the sacred site. You've already got your scholars in position. You've reached the 3rd age. You could have snagged away this relic over here. You could have snagged away this relic up towards the north and prevented your enemy from taking those relics. And then that swings the game massively, because not only do you give yourself 300 gold, you deny your enemy 900 gold a minute. And that's massive, especially for, you know, a Holy Roman Empire player, especially for, you know, a player of Leenock's caliber. It just makes a lot of sense to try and deny that. So unfortunate there for Fix. Leenock going to be looking in a great position here. We can see that the scores for Fix are staying ahead at the moment, but I suspect that Leenock is going to actually push forward quite significantly once he manages to capture this 2nd relic, and he will be heading towards that 3rd relic, which has actually been taken. So Fix doing a pretty decent job there. We'll have a look back towards his mosque. It doesn't... Where is that 3rd relic? Wait. Oh, no. Oh, no. Leenock took that 3rd relic. Okay, Leenock gets the 3 relics. All right. Well, okay, at this point, you can pretty much say it's good game. Like, or at least that's the way I feel about it. You know, I often talk about Holy Roman Empire. I talk about the way that they've got this... what's it called? You guys know the Yu-Gi-Oh! The 5 pieces. You put them all together. It's the Exodia combination. So I talk about this Holy Roman Empire Exodia combination, and the 3 relics in the Regnits are part of that Exodia combination. And so it's your job, if you're playing against the Holy Roman Empire, to stop that Exodia from happening. And you've got the tools available to you. Fix definitely did. As I mentioned, those walls coming through would have been a great help. You know, there's plenty of room here for him to wall. But unfortunately not having a lot of luck with it. Now it looks like we're going to be having a bit of men-at-arms versus men-at-arms here. Fix coming in with his +1 upgrades, you can see right there, versus his enemy. Not going to have those +1 upgrades. Does actually have the heavy maces. And you can hear that damn elephant just absolutely loud-mouthing its way through. A bit of a numbers advantage at the moment here for Fix. Going to be having to fall back, Leenock is, and we'll take a look at exactly what he's got. He's got 15 men-at-arms compared to the 18 of his opponent. And now it looks like Fix is beginning to apply some pressure towards the wood line of Leenock. And you really got to start wondering, at what point is Leenock going to turn it on? He needs to turn on his race car. He needs to start getting out there. Blacksmith out here going to be picking up that +1. No real artillery yet that we see, or no siege coming through just yet. A lot of barracks being dropped down. I think the plural of it. But look at the men-at-arms now beginning to march out. He's going to be careful up against these bad boys. They've got an extra six attacks, so you've got to be so careful. We still will have the upgrade that is coming through for Fix, but now it looks like unfortunately the elephant archer, the elephant tower, the tower elephant, going to be trying its best, but I don't even see the arrows. Oh, no, you do see the arrows. They are firing off. It's men-at-arm v men-at-arm, but you can just see the difference right there. Very, very overwhelming win there for Leenock, and that's really what makes the difference in these between these two. So you've got the 13 plus 6, so it's a 19 versus just a raw 13. And that's really where the difference comes out. And you can see now that Leenock going to be able to force back his opponent, manages to survive despite having those smaller numbers and despite not having a war elephant, a tower war elephant nonetheless. Second one going to be coming out here as well for Fix. But yeah, at this point, you really got to start thinking a bit more about where is his upgrades. There it is, the owned blade almost on the way in 28 seconds. Ideally, don't be fighting until you've got that owned blade in. Then you can actually start thinking about going up against those maces. He does have the tier 2 upgrades on the way, I would at least hope. Indeed, he does. Decarbonization about halfway through. You can probably avoid fighting with that. Now, I have heard a rumor that animation cancelling is still in the game on some units, and the elephant is one of those. So hopefully we don't see any cheeky animation cancels today. I'm going to start advocating for it. I don't want to see anybody animation cancelling with elephants. If I see it, I'm going to call you out. I'm going to call you a batsy boy. I'm going to call you a batsy boy. I don't know where that came from. I want to say from... What's his name? Ali G. Ali G in the house, yo. I think he called people batsy boys. It was a disparaging thing that, like, comment he would call people. So essentially, the developers removed animation cancelling for, like, cavalry units, except for elephants. So... I don't know whether... I don't think he's animation cancelling here. If he was, it would be going down a lot faster than that. But now he's going to have to fall back here. Fix actually in a pretty decent spot. Main concern at the moment is that there's so much infantry coming out here. 20 men-at-arms coming out right now for Leenock. Leenock got that speed upgrade as well. You can see the men-at-arms coming out. Lanchknecht also getting into the battle as well. Leenock going to be trying his best, and a couple of prelates moving out to heal as well. These guys are going to be... Come on, fellas, don't just run. I know you got a movement speed upgrade, but you got to be healing. There we go. Heal's going to be coming out now. And the men-at-arms, as well as those Lanchknechts, going to be overrunning the Delhi Sultanate. And we do see Leenock begins to hold. And this is really where it becomes so difficult for the Delhi to actually punish. There was a window there, but unfortunately it was somewhat blown because you didn't wait for the own blade. So now, Fix, you're in a very difficult spot. I don't know how you're going to fix this. Oh, that's terrible, Congo. Why do you do this? But a little bit of a distraction now coming down towards the south of the base of Leenock. He's trying his best to repel it. He's going to have no problems at all. Ideally needs to focus down that Lanchknecht. Looks like he is doing it. You can see it is losing its health. But Sacred Side up towards the north. Going to get captured up by that prelate. He's very happy at the moment. He's got those 3 relics already in the Regnants, but at this point, it really becomes a difficult position. I'm not sure what Fix can do to actually win this game. If we take a look, we'll do a bit of a stock take. He is sitting on 56 villages at the moment when it comes to his relics that he's captured. He hasn't even bothered to take the 2 that are on his side of the map just yet. Compare that over to Leenock, who's sitting on 49 villages, so very close to each other, but he's also got those 3 relics in the Regnants, and you can see that gold is starting to build up like crazy. Leenock now looking incredibly good. One of those Tower War elephants does go down, but Leenock continuing to just overpower his elephanto enemy. And yeah, I think at this point, we definitely need to start seeing a switch into crossbows. So I'll take a look at Fix's base. We'll see what we can spot, whether he's actually got any more archery ranges. Only the single archery range out at this point. So not a lot of infrastructure going to be able to support that. So it probably needs to move into that. But then once you start moving into the crossbows, then you start setting your enemy up for that potential mangonel switch. So you've got to kind of do crossbows, mix in a springald as well, just to be safe, But still yet to see out any siege. Oh, there we go. I spoke too soon. Leenock now. Going to be dropping down that siege workshop. On the front line, Insulated Helm is coming through for Leenock. He's going to be losing this Blacksmith if he's not careful. Look at those men-at-arms and just how fast they go. They do obviously have that movement speed boost. They've also been, they've also got that charge bonus. So for anybody unfamiliar, if you attack your units, they will charge, and they do have a temporary speed boost while they're charging, and that's what we see here as he does catch up to the Tower War Elephant. You can see it trying to stay alive, does get caught out, unfortunately, and it's going to have to go the way of the Dodo right there as she falls down. Goodbye, my friend. Won't be too long until you actually do go the way of the Dodo, Mr. Elephant. Sad. How sad. How sad. We're going to be losing elephants. Oh, God. Oh, gosh. That is a sad story, but we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later. But, yeah, at this point, I definitely feel like a Mangonel is going to be what seals the deal in this game, and that's exactly what we've got. So, even if Fix at this point went for a switch into crossbows, it's just going to be in vain, because the Mangonel is going to be able to do so much damage, so effective. It's going to be so effective against it. And now we continue to see the forces of Fix focusing down the Blacksmith. The Mangonel gets a shot off. Beautiful amount of damage that comes in right there. And now going to be falling back. The Tower War Elephant slowly but steadily firing off its arrows. You can see they're looking to get the surround here. They do. They manage to get the surround. They secure up the shot there. And Fix actually in a bit of a difficult spot. Mangonel shot. Beautiful. Comes right through, lands, and no area damage on his own units. I've seen this request a fair bit. Should Mangonels have friendly fire? I feel like they kind of should. I mean, it makes sense. If you've got men-at-arms versus men-at-arms and you indiscriminately fire 3 giant rocks into them, then surely they should have friendly fire. It just makes sense. I don't know. Maybe that's something we can think about. Maybe like give it 50% friendly fire or something like that. But now going to be trying to focus down that Mangonel, not having a lot of luck. If we do a quick stock take, we can see there's 32 military, 33 military for Fix. Compare that to the 32 for his opponent, but he's going to tap out anyway. Fix says goodbye. Leenock is victorious. He knows he can't beat him, and Leenock demonstrating the power of the Holy Roman Empire and showing why it's so important to wall up these choke points. Fellas, if you've enjoyed this cast, make sure you leave a like. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.